This is a test of frequency instruments, bass, drums, distortion.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
Well, Chris, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Eddie. How are you?
I'm all right. Now, you're not from London, are you?
Well, I am. I'm from southeast London. I'm in Cornwall.
Are you in Cornwall now? How is it? Because
Yeah.
you don't want us... did they let you in? Because they don't want us down there. We're thinking about where we can go. I've been to Bodmin, rented a house down there once when I was a very young man. Went even further down to Padstow. One of my former producers got married. And I know it's a lovely place, but I'm hearing that they don't want the pandemic down there. Well, just before we get into the central point that you phoned to me, what do you know about that?
I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I think people in Cornwall want everybody to be respectful and understand there is a coronavirus or there is a virus in the rest of the country. They don't want it brought down here. I mean, Cornwall has its own issues in many ways. But there's no ill feeling, really. Let's just say let's have some respect, and then when the time's right, come back to visit the beautiful county.
Yeah, but not now. Right. So talk to me then. What is it that kind of so moved you as to get involved in our conversation today?
Well, I tried last week when the statue felling took place. Unfortunately, in the phone line, climate was Cornwall. It wasn't too brilliant, so I couldn't speak then. But I suppose I was driven today by what I saw over the weekend, which is pretty abhorrent from all aspects. But I also thought it was abhorrent the weekend before. I'm a fairly neutral person, straight down the middle. I don't hold extreme views either way. I don't like far right, I don't like far left. And I suppose I actually switched my television off on Saturdays. I couldn't, I just found the scenes abhorrent. And, I just feel there's such an awful feeling in the country at the moment. I had a Twitter feed, I have a Facebook, and the language and the vitriol which is on there, and I suppose in many ways people are angry about this stuff, but the language and vitriol is just awful. So, and I think...
What was the cause of this weekend? What was the cause?
That I can't explain, because it's very difficult to explain the actions of these people.
But we have to try, don't we, Chris?
Yeah, I suppose that, they, in their own mind, they're being patriotic, and there's nothing wrong with being patriotic. I don't particularly enjoy nationalism myself, but patriotism I don't think there's a problem with.
But that's not what you saw, is it? I mean, no, I think, from my mind, and tell me if you disagree, that it's kind of our reaction to what we saw the previous week.
Probably. I mean, there were, So there may have been...
Right. So I've been around a little while now. I can't remember a demonstration, certainly not the May Day ones. I can't remember a demonstration where Churchill's statue hasn't been a target. I remember. You remember the big green patch when they gave him the Mohican?
Yeah, I know the Mohican.
So why would it not be? Why would it not be a target this time?
In what way do you mean? I mean,
if every single demonstration, mass demonstration that I can remember, has had the statue of Churchill as a target, why would it not be? I'm just interested in why it wouldn't be this time.
Well, it probably was. Your memory's better than mine. We're probably a similar vintage, I think.
No, Chris.
No?
Don't. We've got on really well. Don't. I'm 30 years old. Don't be taking me down your Stella stair lift. Hey, don't take me there.
I see your picture on the internet, Eddie. That's right, last week.
Who is this muppet? I can hear you. So where do we go to, Chris? What happens then? Where do we go to?
Well, I think something you said last week about talk and debate is definitely what's got to be had. And there's a few things that I don't understand in this whole situation for black